Hey guys, Christy, aka Natalie here. I just wanted to inform you about something about my life that many of you may not know about me. I go through the day-to-day struggle of a type 1 diabetic. That means I have to put needles in my tummy, I have to prick my finger, I have to record it all down. Like, this is just this week. That's last week. It's crazy being diabetic. Because, one, I can't eat the sugar I'm used to. I can when I have my needle in there. But it's not the same. So, before I was diabetic, I used to go to the shops every day with whatever money I had left after the day, and I would go to the shop, I would buy a big chocolate bar about this big, an Aero Mint, always Aero Mint, they were gorgeous, and I would buy myself a fizzy drink. Bubble gum was my favourite. I would often buy my mum one as well because cheeky little thing was stealing my chocolate. Well, anyway, on my way home, I would eat the chocolate, I would drink my fizzy. I would do this for ages until I got sent to the doctors for a problem that was getting worse. You see, I suffer from an overactive bladder, and I would often do go to the toilet a lot, but I was going to the toilet a lot more than what was normal for me. So my mum took me to the doctor to see what was wrong. They took a pee sample, told me to come back the next day. I was like, oh joy, what have they found? And they were like, there's just some sugar in your bladder, it'll be in your pee, I'll just try and get rid of it, it'll be fine. So I go to the doctor's the next day. I have to have my blood taken, and I hate those. So I took Simba here, if y'all remember Simba. I took Simba with me, and it was the worst because she took my blood, and said she would call us back in 3 to 4 days. 3 to 4 hours later, ring, 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 get Natalie to the hospital. Okay, to the hospital we go. We go to the hospital. I'm still holding Simba, mind you. But keeping in mind we stopped at home so we could pick up some stuff just in case I had to stay overnight, which luckily we did, because I did have to stay overnight. But when we got to the hospital, they took more blood, one from here, another from here, and another there. I joked and was like, at this point, you might as well just tell me my blood type, and all that. That'll be another needle. I was like, no thank you. Now I kind of wish I did say yes to that, because now I really want to know my blood type. Anyway, whilst I was waiting for whatever results we were waiting for, one of the male nurses was passing by and saw me holding Simba for dear life because I'm afraid of needles. He tried to take Simba away from me. And I was like, physical? Nope. Simba is not yours. My mum had to explain to the male nurse that it wasn't one of theirs and it was a sentimental thing for me, because it was something my Uncle Brian gave to me when I was like 8. Okay, so continuing with the story. After they did whatever they did with the blood, they said Natalie's bloods are dangerously high and she could go into a coma if they were any higher. And I was like, wait, what does this mean? You have type 1 diabetes. No, more chocolate. was what I was thinking. Oh, no. At this point, I'm emotionally drained from having so much blood taken out of me. I want to go to bed. So, for the first night, I spent it in my own little private room. I got this sweet bed. It wasn't as comfy as I would like it. I'm usually used to my bed, but it would do. Poor Mum had to sleep on a chair. Feel sorry for your Mum. Thanks for staying with me though. And the food at the hospital. Usually hospital food is quite gross and disgusting, but the food at the hospital. Oh my god, the food at the hospital. You should have tried the lasagna. I was in literal heaven. It was gorgeous. Gorgeous. I had the lasagna the next day when I was put on a ward with another bunch of people. They seemed nice during the day. During the night, most of them were asleep, except for one lady who was asleep during the whole day. So I never really spoke to her. She was quite elderly, maybe a bit insane, but yeah. So during the night, the old lady was like, "Get me out of here! Get me out of here!" On the top of her lungs. All night. Night long. It drove me insane. It drove me literally insane. Poor Mum, she hardly got any sleep that night. I don't believe I got any sleep that night, except for like 2 hours of sleep. Would not recommend going to the hospital. So when they were moving me from my own private room to the ward, they actually moved the bed and I was like, whee! A moving bed! Whee! This is fun! So, in the end, that was my trip to the hospital and how I got type 1 diabetes.